Walmart parking lot and I realized something. It has been 4 years or 35,000 hours since I quit playing video games, and it's a big deal because 2012 to 2022, I averaged 11 hours of video games per day. That is 40,000 hours of life. And I did things. I played over 260 games, and I really focused and succeeded in 30 plus games. We're talking number one ranked player globally, or the leader of the number one alliance, clan, guild, whatchamacallit. And just being real, as a teenager, I felt like a god. Like I could do anything. I was dominating servers, controlling economies because I was influencing tens of thousands of dollars being spent on a stupid game. And this was for 30 plus games where I was the number one. I was like number one, and my name's there. And that gives a dopamine rush, it gives you that accomplishment, it gives you the shiny numbers that video games provide. And what I didn't realize at the time is so obvious. Video games are so popular because they give you control, whether you're playing Mario or Pokemon or all the games I was playing. That control that we often lack in our lives, video games are not fake gold, but they fill that void and they hijack your brain. And it's really scary how much time it can take from you. But I accomplished a lot, and I learned a lot about life, just seeing different perspectives. We're talking over 70 different countries, literally thousands and thousands of people I interacted with, and many of them I did get close and build connections to. And I could see all the different walks of life. Some people are in war-torn countries, and some people just like me, just like students, just messing around, wasting their lives. Or some people who are going through really tough times in their lives. Could be abuse, could be a messy divorce, could be cancer. It was a lot of perspective and things I never would have saw otherwise. Was it all bad? No. I applied algebra, probability, statistics, and even calculus to make these strategic decisions, to min-max, to optimize everything, to make life efficient and effective as possible. And that's how I was able to succeed, by literally doing the optimal path in all situations whenever possible and teaching people how to do that. And then combined with the huge availability of time I had and the amount of funds that I had people I met use, we were unstoppable. It felt like I could do no wrong, that I could do anything I wanted. And oftentimes I would burn out and quit and move on to the next game, because he wept, for there were no worlds left to conquer. It's extremely arrogant, but the numbers backed it up. I was very, very successful in the domain I chose to be successful in. And I was getting by outside of video games still, with minimal effort. We're talking good athleticism, 6-minute miles, 20-minute 5Ks, 60 push-ups, 20 pull-ups. Academically, I was on top. I got into every college I applied to, and it was very quickly because I just winged the admission essays. And I swear to God, I wrote about video games and how they gave me leadership and communication skills and time management, which is a little ironic. But I was very successful. So what was wrong with that besides all the time lost? Well, fast forward to 2022, here's the situation. I'm graduating, I'm finally out of school, and I'm no longer a full-time student, but I need to be employed. And the way my life revolved around video games, because I was playing so much, I could not go a 6-hour stretch without playing. I couldn't. I literally had a timer. I couldn't sleep 6 hours, I couldn't go offline for 6 hours. Before 6 hours elapsed, I had to be playing to manage energy, to manage applications, event cycles, whatever. And because I've been so successful, so competitive, I couldn't handle not being on the top. I couldn't cope with that. I couldn't, at that time I called it half-assing. I couldn't half-ass it. I had to go all or nothing. And I couldn't go all, so I went nothing. So 40,000 of my hours gone, and now I'm done. Graduated from a good school, and it seemed like I got away with it. I got away with must seem to be very destructive habits. Just playing that much. I seem to get away with it because I got into a highly competitive company with good benefits, very high ceiling, and it looked like I made it societally. And I was making good money and spending a lot of money, being young and dumb, spending thousands on disposable income, having an 1,800 square foot apartment to myself. And that bedroom, I miss it still. It was massive, 20 by 24 feet, something ridiculous. I had 5, 6 beds. I was dumb. But a lot of it was just trying to make up for that dopamine or that broken brain from gaming so much. And the thing is, I struggled a lot in life because when it rains, it pours. Car crash, couldn't walk, lost my job, had bills just mounting because of course I saved nothing. Loss of loved ones, got depressed, got obese, just complete neglect of self and house. We're talking literal maggots. I lived in filth, and I didn't care, and I had no direction. Because what's led me to success in games set me up for failure in a bit. I'm not playing video games completely, I blame myself mostly. But video games have a nice, shiny, you have a daily quest to do, you have a weekly mission, you have a monthly event, you have a lifetime achievement. They tell you what to do. There's a clear leaderboard of your number 1 in attack power, number 2 in defense, number 4 in popularity, whatever, because you have all these metrics, these numbers that I was so used to. And in life, you don't have that guidance. Some people turn to religion. Some people go girls, 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 or boys, boys, boys. Parties, money, drugs. There's not a clear, objective leaderboard of this means you're successful. This is what you should do. There's hundreds of different lives or pathways you can take, and so much seems contradictory online. And I was struggling because there was no source of truth. There was no one obsession I could do, like I had been for the last 10 years. And now, 4 years after I quit playing, and 3 years after that crash and everything going downhill, I'm in a new job, I'm happy, I find it meaningful, I'm doing well. And it's weird because it just clicked to me why I struggled so much. Why was I so successful in all the video games, all the schooling, and even that first job, and then crash and burn? Well, so the habits just don't translate. In video games, what happens if you don't like something or if you're screwed because you made a poor decision that lasts? You can make a new account, change servers, or just change the game completely. I wasn't used to continued failure. I had no muscles that would help me recover from failure, no resilience like that. And in real life, you don't have all the conditions that are laid out for you in video games, where if you have this much attack, you can do this, or on certain days, you have a 65% chance, and you can calculate things. There might be 15 variables, but you can calculate everything in a video game. In life, people tell you what to do, how to do things, but no one tells you all the factors that go into things. Like, life is going to be different if you're 6'4" or 4'6", born in North Korea, Saudi Arabia, California, even New York. Even within the same state and same city, life can be incredibly different depending on how you look, how you were raised, your health conditions. There's just so many factors to everything, from hydration to muscle building to interviewing, that can't be accounted for. So things aren't so clear, and you need to set your own goals. There's no shiny game mascot going, ooh, do this and you'll be the best. A lot of distractions. I'm gonna say, I don't know everything, but I did learn this. There's not one right answer. There's a lot of wrong answers. But here's the thing about life. There's only one guarantee. I don't think I can say what that is. So before that guarantee happens, you can't min-max everything, but focus on what's in your control. And just be really mindful about how significant the opportunity cost of inaction really is. You know? 1 year is 8,760 hours. It's a lot, but also not a lot. I'm gonna see how much I can get done. Yeah. A lot of rambling, but I want to get it out there.